There was an extraordinary piece of me that was entirely awkward, one of those get me out of here minutes. And you know where you need to evade something peculiar that happens you believe you feel power in your body, it seems like, within you, with the precise within you, is attempting to get away from the body. Johnny Depp has quite recently conveyed some news that his fans wouldn't generally have needed to hear. The repercussions of the preliminary success against Golden Herd has left him a wrecked man, and every one of the monotonous and burdening processes have left his well-being destroyed. The man should perform with the Hollywood vampires in Budapest. Yet things supposedly took a turn for the stunning. You'd have huge spasms in your stomach. Your muscles would hold on to you. My body would shake. The field was loaded with energized fans, with some venturing out significant distances to go to the show. Everything appeared to be flawlessly set for a remarkable evening. Yet destiny had different plans. Everything was set. The stage was set. The behind-the-stage team was prepared for the party. Nobody figured there could be an issue, particularly as the musicians had done the sound arrangement that had been planned for the day. And there was a second when I could feel my body beginning to tense, and fans were left in shock, taking to virtual entertainment to share their anxiety. And considering what might have turned out badly, hypotheses went crazy with day-to-day boisterous tweeting. Breaking: Johnny Depp's show in Budapest was dropped on July 18th since he dropped in his lodging, as per day-to-day news. Hungary petitioning God for Johnny's well-being. During this time, more fans contributed, with this individual likewise petitioning God for Johnny to get better. Sadly, the facts confirm that the show in Budapest, it was dropped because of Johnny Depp's medical condition. I want to believe that he is smart. For this other fan, Depp merited all the help he was getting. Johnny Depp getting such a lot of adoration makes me feel great inside. He merits it. Such a lot of it's not. Whenever this visit first has confronted jumps, either Johnny's lower leg injury back in June had constrained some rescheduling of shows in the U.S. It's unmistakable he's experienced a difficult stretch of late now. About that lower leg injury, it's no little matter. Johnny shared his battle on Instagram, portraying how a hairline break spiraled into an all-out crack. WebMD lets us know that such wounds can require weeks, even a long time, to completely recuperate. Envision attempting to perform in front of an audience with that sort of distress. It's no big surprise the recuperating system could have hit a couple of knocks. Obviously, we can't get away from the hypothesis game. Yeah, we should keep it genuine. Sensationalist newspapers love to turn tales. And who realizes perhaps Johnny's lower leg is mending fine and dandy. The show should happen, as is commonly said, and Hollywood vampires are withdrawing. Tragically, they needed to drop the previous evening's gig in Slovakia because of security worries at the scene, yet have confidence it's irrelevant to what occurred in Budapest. Johnny Depp has never avoided talking straightforwardly about his fights with medication and liquor enslavement. In his criticism preliminary against news-gathering papers, it was uncovered that he had been determined to have different difficulties, including essential dopamine lopsidedness, misery, constant substance misuse, turmoil, and nicotine dependence. During the 2020 preliminary, the entertainer courageously expressed, "I have been open about my difficulties with liquor addiction and habit all through my life." He even truly shared, "I began drinking and consuming medications when I was as yet a kid. I'm not at all humiliated to say this." Johnny didn't keep down while examining his medication use during his relationship with Golden Herd. While he owned up to consuming different medications during that time, he explained, "I never experienced with fixation those medications." In a noteworthy meeting with the Boston Globe in 2008, the privateers of the Caribbean star dove into the purposes for his medication use. "I believed I must be myself. When I was separated from everyone else, that I transformed into some sort of oddity. The main way I could get past that time was to drink." In the midst of his fight to defeat compulsion, Johnny got analyzed for despondency, constant substance misuse, and ADHD. During his slander preliminary against news-gathering papers, his clinical history became exposed. and it was unveiled that he looked for proficient assistance in 2014 to address his compulsion gives the excursion to moderation. Was without a doubt trying for the Hollywood star. Johnny has spoken truly about winding up in an almost impossible situation, saying I was pretty much as low as I accept. I might have gotten the following stage was you will show up someplace with your eyes open, and you will leave there with your eyes shut. I was unable to take the aggravation consistently in the midst of an excruciating separation from Golden Herd and lawful debates with his previous chiefs. Johnny found comfort recorded as a hard copy and self-reflection. I presented myself with vodka in the first part of the day and began composing until the tears filled my eyes, and I was unable to see the page any longer. He uncovered, regardless of attempting to be thoughtful to everybody, he ended up addressing how he had merited such difficulties, and Golden Herd, in the meantime, has likewise been exploring a few blustery lawful waters. The entertainer, known for her high-profile maligning case with Johnny Depp, has ended up in one more legitimate entrapment. And this time it includes, in all honesty, the FBI back in 2022 reports surfaced about an examination concerning Golden's supposed sneaking of her charming canine's gun and boo into Australia while going with her previous spouse during the shooting of Privateers of the Caribbean 5 out of 2015. It was guaranteed that she brought the little guys without legitimate statement, bringing about charges of unlawful importation of creatures. Ultimately, the case finished up when she confessed to adulterating travel reports in an Australian court on the Gold Coast in April 2016. Anyway, the story doesn't end their diversion. This evening, as of late detail that the prevarication case, including Golden, is as yet progressing. Experts in Australia, with the help of the FBI, are steadily searching out observers in America to make quick work of the matter. It seems like the spotlight is persevering, yet Golden is a genuine warrior who won't withdraw in that frame of mind of her high-profile fight in court with Johnny Depp. Golden additionally confronted one more standoff, this time with her insurance agency, New York Marine and General Insurance Agency, subsequent to being requested by a Virginia court to pay a significant $10 million to her previous life partner. Golden looked for monetary guide from the insurance agency to cover a piece of the total. Anyway, the organization challenged that her unjust, not set in stone by the jury, made her ineligible for inclusion in spite of having a $1 million risk strategy covering. Maligning this prompted a red-hot countersuit from Golden, who demanded that the insurance agency ought to assume liability no matter what their position. By the by, in a new curve, Golden has chosen to drop the body of evidence against the New York-based organization. Despite these fights in court, Golden is demonstrating that she's not one to be characterized by debate. Her revisitation of the big screen with the non-mainstream movie In the Fire was met with warm commendation at the Abdominal Pain Film Celebration recently. And to finish it off, she's repeating her job in Aquaman. A lot to everybody's dismay. Johnny, however, then again, during the extraordinary criticism preliminary, Johnny Depp confronted a sharp inquiry from Ben Rottenborn, posing, assuming there was any amount of cash or alpacas that could tempt him back to work with Disney on one more Privateers of the Caribbean film. The entertainer's reaction was faithful and certain as he certified that is valid. Mr. Rottenborn, in the consequence of Depp's declaration, tales twirled about Disney's